What's going on, everyone? It's Alan here, and welcome to another account progression video. Alright, so in this video we're going to be getting Red Hulk up to tier 2. So I've been using Red Hulk more and more lately since the release of his new uniform here. And he's actually a pretty fun character to use, so I figure it's about time to bring him up to tier 2. And he also is a really strong character as well, so getting him to tier 2 is also a nice benefit there. So the uniform gives him that extra heal, which is really nice because it increases his survivability by quite a bit. It changes his two attacks around here. One of them gives him damage immunity, so that's also nice as well. And his passive here, he also has a heal here as well. So with the uniform, you're going to have two heals. One is when you're below 50% HP, and this one is when attacking, which is really nice as well. The uniform is on a 7-second cooldown, and his passive here is on a 10-second cooldown. So he has quite a bit of healing that he has available to him, so it's pretty hard to kill Red Hulk. You kind of have to one-shot him. And let's see. And because all the skills are fire damage, you can boost that up with an obelisk. And as you can see here, I have a recovery and fire damage obelisk, which is really nice. That's basically what I was going for. I just wanted anything with recovery and fire damage together so that I can take advantage of his two heals, and I could give him a little extra damage boost. This one happened to roll an HP shield, which isn't bad, but it would have been really nice if that was like damage immunity or something like that. Would have been a little bit better. Alright, so let's take a look at his gears. Nothing special here, just regular all attack, physical attack. We have all defense, we have HP, and then we have ignore defense with a little bit of skill cooldown in there as well. And take a quick look at his stats here. So we have nice 38% skill cooldown, so that's perfect. You know, only 24% ignore defense, so that could be a little bit higher. But besides that, it's looking pretty good. And then over here, we have Overdrive for his Ice Weight sets. We have an attack-based set to help give him a little more damage. Alright, so that was a quick look at his stats. Let's go ahead and get on to the main event here and get him to tier 2. Alright, so we're going to be using a ticket on him just because I don't really feel like using bioselectors to get the last bios. And if I did use bioselectors, I'm pretty sure I'd just use them on upgrading his uniform. So, his tier 2 is decrease all damage by 30%, which is really nice. I do like those reduced damage passives or buffs. And then increase skill damage by 30% and increase bonus damage by 25%, which is also really nice as well, because then he gets a nice little boost in damage. So he gets basically a survivability boost and a damage boost. Alright, so let's go ahead and tier 2 him. So this is going to be the last tier 2 that I do with a ticket for a while now, or at least of the old characters, because I'm going to be saving my tier 2 tickets for the X-Men so that I can get my way to Jean Grey a little bit faster, just because it's going to take a while to farm those M-Cron crystals. So I really don't think that farming those up to get them all naturally to tier 2 is going to be a fast process. It's going to be pretty slow if I go that route. So I'm going to be saving these last 3 tickets for the X-Men, and by the end of the month when I get the 4th ticket, hopefully I will have most or all of the X-Men at gear 20. So let's go ahead and get Red Hulk here advanced. Okay, there we go. So another tier 2 added to the roster. So we have Red Hulk, got Overheat going on. So now let's go ahead and check him out here. So we have Burning Fury, very nice. Alright, and it changed around. What did it change around again? Where are you? So, oh yeah, that was just the activates once conditions are met, remain for duration of battle. Just kind of weird because before they redid his tier 2 passive, it was activates once he's below, I think it was like below 30% HP or something like that. And then if you had like tagged out or something like that, it would remove it, or if you healed up above 30%, it would like remove it or something like that. So they just made it so it looks like that it's always active, which is a lot nicer because I don't like having the health restriction, having to drop below a certain amount of health to get the tier 2 passive to kick in. Alright, so now that we got him up to tier 2, let's go ahead and test him out a little bit. Alright, so here we are at Shadowland, floor 12. So we have a male hero rally mode here, which will be perfect for our freshly tier 2 Red Hulk. And yes, you can do the male heroes mode with this uniform because it just does change him to a hero. Without the uniform, you can use him as a villain, so that's also something that's really nice about Red Hulk. You can use him in a villains or hero stage, depending on if you equip or unequip the uniform. You're just going to be missing out, of course, on the heal and the damage immunity change on his skills. But besides that, he's still going to be quite powerful at tier 2 without the uniform, so he can probably do pretty well in the villain stages. But for our test, we're going to be using him here in the Heroes Rally mode. So let's go ahead and bring him in here. And we don't really need to bring anyone with him. He should be able to do this all on his own, especially since he has a self-buffing leadership, give him that extra 60% fire damage. Alright, so here we go. So there we go, so his third skill triggers that damage immunity for a short time. And something to note is you do have to actually fully cast the third skill, or at least start the shooting process, because just when he does the Grawl, it does not kick in right away. So if you get stunned partially through the skill or get guard broken, you will not get the damage immunity. And I have noticed that while playing this stage before, that if I immediately click the third skill right when the countdown finishes, War Machine or whoever he targets first seems to go into an iframe, like a partial iframe or something like that, because I get knocked out of the skill and I don't get the damage immunity. And it happens quite consistently, so that's why I usually wait a little bit before using it. As you can see, Red Hulk is pretty hard to kill, and he does have a nice amount of push on his attack, so you can get the enemies to the corner pretty easily with him. Alright, there we go. That's a nice, really easy clear for Tier 2 Red Hulk here. So let's go ahead and do another test with him to see how he performs. Alright, so here we are at World Boss. Today we have Ebony Maw, so we're going to go ahead and take our freshly Tier 2 Red Hulk in here and see how he does. We're going to go ahead and use the Hulk team here. We're going to use his own leadership to boost his fire damage. We could use She-Hulk because I believe this multiplier is a little bit better. The 55% to male types, I think the damage scales better than the just 60% to fire damage. Or at least it does more energy attacks, but we're not going to be testing it out here today, so we're just going to be doing this team up. And then we get a few bonuses here. We have all attack, all defense, and ignore defense, which is really nice. And then we have all attack again, which is again really nice, attack speed, and then max HP and crowd control. So let's go ahead and bring him in here with no strikers and just see how he does. Ebony Maw is proving to be just as annoying as any other time you fight him, canceling out pretty much all of your attacks. And that stun, I don't really remember him stunning me that often, which is kind of weird. Alright, we're on to the next phase here. So it looks like the team up is the second skill. Okay, so there we go. Nice easy clear for Red Hulk. It was kind of annoying, of course, because it was Ebony Maw, so you have to deal with all that skill canceling that he throws on you, which is quite annoying. But it was really, really hard for him to do pretty much like any damage to Red Hulk. Red Hulk just kept healing up from it. And you could see that 30% reduced damage was coming in handy too, because he wasn't taking too much damage in the first place, so he pretty much can just face tank and just steamroll his way through the world boss here. So now let's go ahead and wrap this up, and I'll give you my final thoughts on Red Hulk. Alright, so that was a look at Red Hulk. Definitely really happy to add him to my Tier 2 collection. He's a really strong character. He's got really good damage, and he's got very high survivability. So a character that's worth investing in if you haven't already built up Red Hulk. You probably want to use your Shadowlands Bile Selectors on him if you haven't already. He can help you clear most game modes, at Tier 1 even, if you have the uniform, just because the heals keep him alive so much better. At Tier 2, just gives him increased damage and tankiness, so just builds upon what he already has. So really strong character, can clear world boss for you, can do most Shadowlands levels, especially if you have him at Tier 2, because then you can just remove his uniform and take him into a villain stage, and he still performs pretty well in that as well. The uniform is just really nice because it gives him that extra heal, and it gives him that triggerable damage immunity on the third skill. So the uniform is very, very powerful, and definitely recommend getting the uniform if you're investing in Red Hulk at all. So that was a look at Red Hulk here. He's welcome to my Tier 2 roster now, so definitely getting quite a few Tier 2s going on there. So with that being said, that's going to be it for this video, and I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one.